Imagine waking up one day and realizing that every limit you thought you had as a creator simply vanished. No more choosing between horizontal or vertical. No more shooting the same moment twice. No more painful cropping that ruins your perfect shot. Just one camera, one moment, one recording, and from that, a perfect video for every platform you care about. Sound impossible, right? Well, not anymore, because DJI just broke the rules. For years, creators have been stuck in a strange battlefield. On one side, YouTube and its beautiful widescreen world. On the other side, TikTok, Instagram, Shorts, the fast-moving kingdoms of vertical video. The problem? You could only serve one king at a time. If you shot horizontal, your vertical version looked awful. If you shot vertical, your YouTube edit looked like a thin pillar floating in a sea of black bars. YouTube punished your vertical shots. TikTok punished your horizontal shots. And you, the creator, were stuck in the middle, forced to shoot twice, plan twice, and work twice as hard. It slowed you down. It drained your creativity. It killed your momentum. But today, that era ends. Because DJI didn't just release a new action camera. They released a message. A message that says, create once. Publish everywhere. This is the DJI Osmo Action 6. But calling it just Action 6 doesn't do it justice. This tiny black box is a revolution hiding inside a handful of metal and glass. It isn't just another action camera update. It's not a redesign. It's not a refresh. It's a moment where the entire industry takes a step forward, and every creator gets pulled along with it. Let's start with the brain of this beast, the sensor. For years, GoPro and others stuck to the same formula, a wide, rectangular sensor. Great for horizontal, terrible for vertical. That design forced you into painful compromises. You always had to cut away precious pixels to reframe your shots. You always lost something. DJI solved this with a masterstroke so simple yet so powerful. They made the sensor square. A near-perfect 1:1 square. And not just any square, one that's 40% larger than the previous generation. This single design changes your entire workflow. Think of it like a giant magic window. You record one huge, high-resolution clip through this window. Then, for your YouTube video, you take a clean, full-quality horizontal slice. No loss, no crop, no compromise. And when you need vertical, you simply take a full-height slice for a native 4K vertical video. No stretching, no guessing, no ruined framing. Two perfect videos from one single recording. This means you never miss the moment. You never repeat a shot. The camera doesn't limit you. It empowers you. This is the future creators have been begging for, a true shoot once, post everywhere workflow that feels magical the first time you try it. But this is only half the revolution. The other half is something action cameras never dared to include. Something usually reserved for cinema cameras and high-end mirrorless systems. DJI added variable aperture. Yes, you heard that right. You can now change your aperture on an action camera. This is a first, and it is huge. In low light, you open up to f/2, letting in more light for cleaner, brighter night shots. No more muddy, noisy footage. No more hopeless low-light scenes. At f/2, the camera drinks in every ray of light available. Then, when the sun is blazing overhead, you close the aperture to f/4, controlling bright highlights like a pro. Your shots stay crisp. Your sky stays blue. Your details stay sharp. And you can finally use ND filters properly, unlocking that buttery cinematic look even with fast shutter speeds. This gives you something action cameras have never delivered: real depth of field control, real background blur, real separation between your subject and the world behind them. Suddenly, your action cam footage starts looking like it came from a handheld mirrorless camera, but in a tiny rugged body that fits in your pocket. Combine that with a new square sensor, and what you get is the biggest leap in action camera image quality in years. Not a small step, a leap. But what good is beautiful footage if it shakes like crazy? This is where the massive sensor delivers yet another advantage. DJI's rocksteady 3.0 plus stabilization uses the extra sensor area to create a massive buffer around your frame. This lets the software predict motion and correct it with stunning accuracy. You know those horrible warping artifacts you see on some action cams when you turn quickly or hit a bump? Gone. The footage stays clean, smooth, and unbelievably stable. It looks like you're flying with a $1,000 gimbal, even when the camera is strapped to your helmet on a rocky trail. And for the adrenaline lovers, Horizon Steady gets an upgrade too. You can now tilt the camera up to 45 degrees, and the horizon still stays perfectly level. It feels like the camera is defying physics. Even when the world tilts, the viewer sees a perfect, locked horizon, like a drone chasing a motorbike through a canyon with superhuman balance. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, the Action 6 does not have 8K. And some might see that as a weakness, but think about it. 8K files are massive. They drain your storage. They eat your battery. Most screens can't show 8K. Most computers choke when editing it. DJI looked at the numbers and refused to chase a headline that doesn't actually help creators. Instead, they doubled down on making the best 4K image possible. Better low light, better stabilization, better dynamic range, and the square sensor advantage that 8K wouldn't have solved anyway. For 99% of creators, this choice is genius. You get better real-world results, not just a fancy spec number. And when the sun goes down, the Action 6 becomes a different beast. A new Super Night mode pushes ISO all the way to 51,200. That's insane for an action camera. The result? Night footage that doesn't just beat the older model, it destroys it. This is footage you can actually use. Footage you won't be embarrassed to post. For the first time ever, an action camera becomes a true companion for the nighttime creator. But DJI didn't stop at video. Audio gets a massive upgrade too. You can now connect two DJI mic transmitters directly without a receiver. That means two-person interviews, dual vlogging, live dialogue, clean, professional audio built into your camera with zero extra gear. This is a dream for travel vloggers, storytellers, interviewers, and everyday creators. And the battery? Bigger, stronger, smarter. Up to 4 hours of shooting. Survives the cold. Handles the heat. Charges to full in about 52 minutes. You get 50 gigabytes internal storage, plus support for 1 terabyte cards. Add Wi-Fi 6 for fast wireless transfers, and you've got a complete creator machine. So who is this camera really for? It's for the solo creator who wants freedom. It's for the vlogger who wants cinematic quality without carrying heavy gear. It's for the traveler who wants one device to rule every platform. It's for action lovers who demand the smoothest shots. And honestly, it's for anyone who's tired of compromises. With a rumored US price around $399, DJI is not just competing with GoPro. They're stepping onto the stage and saying, "Catch us if you can." They looked at every pain point creators face: framing, low light, stabilization, audio, battery, workflow, and solved them one by one. This isn't just a camera. It's a declaration. A tool built for the new generation of creators who want instant output across all platforms with zero sacrifice. A true all-in-one weapon for storytelling. So now, the question isn't, which action camera is the best? The real question is, can anyone else even catch up? DJI delivered exactly what creators were begging for. They didn't add gimmicks. They added power, freedom, flexibility, and a new way to create that feels so natural, you'll wonder how you ever worked without it. My honest opinion? This camera is not just an upgrade. It's a turning point. The lack of 8K doesn't matter. Not when everything else is this good. Not when the workflow becomes effortless. Not when your footage looks this professional. If you care about creating more, creating faster, and creating better, the Action 6 might be the smartest purchase you make this year. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the next one.